Hello? Okay. So if people could start taking their seats again, we'll get into the elections. Are all the election folks ready to go? I need all the election people back up here ready to go. I do have a correction I need to make. This will make the lawyers happy, who are all arguing with me on the break. So there's currently a person sitting in the AFN tribal corp seat, whatever you want to call it. As we go back, I've got a seat there on the board, and then there's the other seat. Because there's somebody sitting, has been elected at the AFN Interior Caucus in our absence, the recommendation is when we go back to AFN in October and we have our Interior Caucus meeting, that we have a new election at that point that includes all of us there at the meeting. And that way we'll be fully represented. So I strike what I said before about nominations and elections, and I think that's the best solution. So again, it's going to be important that you show up at AFN if you want to cast your vote for our interior other seat. Was that clear? People look confused. Are we good? Okay. So if election folks could start making their way back to the stage, I'm trying to keep us on time. Although we have lots of time, Robin, lots of time. But I think if they want to get out a little early and get a break before potlatch, I am trying to confirm. I'm going back and forth with Tiffany Simmons, the potlatch lady. She said the soup will be done a little bit early, but I'm trying to confirm how early and if we want to go earlier or if the delegates want to try to stick closer with the 5:30, because I'm sure that's been published all over the place. And a lot of folks, tribal members that might not even be at the meeting, will be planning to attend at 5:30. So we'll play that one by ear a little bit and see what the delegates want to do. Is everyone ready? Not really? Okay, they are. So at this time, I'll call up the elections chair, Karma Alvey, the chief of Eagle, and she'll handle the elections portion of our afternoon. Welcome, Karma.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm just going to read the committee report. March 2025 Election Committee Report. The Credentials Election Committee was called to order at 10:25 a.m. on March 4th, 2025 by Committee Chair, Chief Karma Alvey. 5 members were in attendance and quorum was established. Present members included myself, Chief of Eagle, Chief Jackie Balaam, Birch Creek, Claude Joe Petruska, Nikolai, Chief Gloria Patsy Nulato, and Chief Thelma Nikolai Hughes. TCC staff Jerry Simon and Robin Brown and Rebecca Patterson of Sonoski were also in attendance. The committee reviewed the 2024 election rules. A motion was made to adopt the 2025 election rules by Chief Gloria Patsy and seconded by Chief Jackie Thelma Nikolai. Vote was unanimous. The committee also reviewed the 2025 candidate list for subregional and full board of directors election. The staff provided election updates and candidate eligibility requirements. The committee also reviewed the election rules to verify the election procedures, including the time allowance for speeches for the vice president and IRHA candidates. The committee confirmed the rule allowing for up to 5 minutes for the vice president's candidate speech and up to 3 minutes for each IRHA candidate speeches. The committee decided that each IRHA candidate will be asked one question per seat, and the vice president candidate will also be asked 2 questions. All candidates will have 2 minutes to respond to each question. Chief Gloria Patsy moved to adjourn at 10:58 a.m. and Joe Patriska second. Vote was unanimous. Can I get a motion to accept the elections committee report? Chief Ivan Dementoff made the motion. Chief Hamilton. Second. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay, so we'll start with the Interior Regional Housing Authority elections. And if I could ask the candidates to come up. I have, this is for seat C, Kimberly Carlo for Yukon, Speedy Sam Huslia, and Leah Woods, Tanana Rampart. And yeah, just come over and have a seat here. First, we'll do the candidate speeches. Pursuant to the Elections Committee, we will elect each IRHA seat C and D separately. We will start with speeches. Each IRHA candidate will have up to 3 minutes for a speech. Okay, and let's start with Kimberly Carlo. You could come over here.
Is there a timer?
3 minutes.
Okay, let me see the time.
Right on the screen.
Okay,
If you want to wait for it to start.
okay.
Is it going to show up here? It's not showing.
Okay, got it. Hi, my name is Kimberly Carlo. I'm from Gwich'aget. My parents are Kenny Carlo and the late Karen Carlo. My grandparents are Richard and Eva Carroll from Fort Yukon, and the late Paul Dean Carlo from Nulato and the late Bill Carlo from Ruby. I would like to thank you today for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you. And it's wonderful to see so many candidates running. That means that we care for our housing and for our people. 3 years ago, I mentioned I wanted to see positive, responsive leadership at IRHA. I wanted to see transparency, and I wanted to see accountability. And I wanted IRHA to communicate with tribes, applicants, and homeowners, and have a respectful interaction with our tribes, and collaborate and have strong, healthy relationships with our sister organizations. It's been a learning experience. Transitioning from an employee to IRHA board member. If elected, I will continue to advocate for housing and infrastructure projects, keep building homes as a top priority, and ensure that health and housing are connected and make sure people are aware of that. Updating our policies so that we have time limits on our rehab. So right now it's like 15 years. We want to go down to 10 years so that you can reapply. Updating and creating meth and fentanyl and mold policies so that our homes are healthy. I'll continue to advocate for NAHASDA reauthorization, update the homeowner agreement so that when homeowners sign their agreement, they know what they're signing and they're aware of it. Continue to seek other funding sources to leverage our housing projects so that we could keep our programs sustainable. I would like to see apprenticeship programs with IRHA so that we're able to sustain our workforce. And I want to work with our tribe so that they can utilize their local resources such as logs, encourage the leadership to continue to collaborate with other entities to make the elder housing facility a reality, explore other funding opportunities, and think outside the box. One tribe was able to purchase equipment with their funding. So learning from each other, what other communities are doing, what other communities are doing to be successful. I did want to highlight a few things. The cap went from 47% to 14%. Unrestricted went up $200,000 in the past year, and they're continuing to bring in grants. So I just wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, and I just really appreciate the time and allowing me to serve as your board commissioner for the past few years. Merci.
I just wanted to add, before we go to our next candidate, the full board delegates may move to vote to waive the election rules and opt not to have questions by IRHA candidates. I just wanted to let you guys know that. And after the speeches and questions, I will call each director's name for a ballot, and the ballots will be counted by our accounting auditors. So next up, we'll have Leah Woods from Tanana Rampart.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leah Woods. I am originally from Rampart. I am the tribal administrator for the Manly Village Council. I've been the TA for the last 3 years, and so and also a part-time student going for my tribal management, rural development. As far as IRHA, I am a homeowner, a past employee, a past board member, and currently a TA. So, I see the needs for the villages, and I see the needs for the Fairbanks area. What I'd like to see is us working together, IRHA, the tribes, TCC, ANTHC, partnerships to leverage all the funding resources, and that this is not just for housing as well. It's in not only for housing, but for the tribes to partner with all of our entities to bring more to our people. And what I would like to see is a strategic plan to look at our current numbers, to look at our current programs, and to identify all funding resources, and also to review the current policies and procedures and update as needed. I think right now would be a good time for the board members to bring back the self-help program and to amend those procedures to where we can look at house kits and bring in, currently the tribes have the energy rebate, there's water and sewer funding. So if we leverage that, it might be, a successful program. And also looking at policies, procedures, as homeowners, we select a successor. So, I'd like for the board members to look at that. In the event of a death, the home would go to the successor, and there's an eligibility criteria. And then, you'd pick up that lease. And I'd like to look into that to where, it's a smoother process where the deed would just get transferred to that successor. So that was something that, I was interested in looking into. So I am asking all of the tribes for your support this year. And I thank you guys for your time, and good luck. Good luck to the other candidates as well. Thank you.
Next up, we'll have Speedy Sam from Huslia.
Good afternoon. My name is Speedy Sam. I'm second chief, and I've been first chief for over 20 years for my village of Hooslia. And proud served to be the chairman for our board of commissioners this year. I'd like to thank my chiefs and my leaders and our delegates here today. And our President Brian Ridley and his staff, and our elders that paved the way where we're at today. Thank our elders and our youth that coming up and start leading us the way too. But I'm proud to say I want to introduce my dad. Wilson Sam is in the back. This is the first time he traveled. Can somebody help? He's in the back. My work ethic comes from him, and the way I speak comes from my mom's side. Real quick story about my dad. He met my mom in Hughes, and he lived in the Hooslia at the time, and he came to Hooslia, and he asked Jimmy Huntington, "Hey, I need the material, build a boat." So Jimmy Huntington, back in those days, they helped each other. So my dad built that boat, and that night and that morning, there was a couple of elders on the bank, and here was my dad that morning going up the Cuyahoga River. He built that boat overnight. And one of the elders said, "I don't even think that paint dried on that boat." But that's what my dad did because he loved that woman. And that's where my work ethic comes from him. I always think about it, What did he do, the way he is it today? We are building houses, but our water and sewer, I advocate this. Our water and sewer got to be with the houses. It can't be a year or two later. Water and sewer is a healthy part for our family, especially our kids and our elders. They live longer. So I really advocate with Lisa Mikowski and when I travel. And I also advocate for our people on other things, that it's not about housing. Because, the way I speak is I learned from my elders. Just don't speak on one thing. When you have the opportunity and you have the time, speak it. Let people hear you. But the housing, it's going to be tough times. That's where our villages need to start helping each other. Grab the funding there is. Even so it's a small funding, grab it. Go for it. Build up the funds. And, appreciate you guys supporting me for all this time. And also look for your votes this evening. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move to the questions. Each candidate will be asked one question and will have 3 minutes to answer. And the order in which the candidates answer will be determined by drawing a number out of the hat, as noted in the election rules. Oh, hey, Charlie, could you come up so we could borrow your hat? Oh, they draw.
They draw a number,
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes for the response, not for each one. Yeah, 2 minutes for response.
Oh, okay. So I need to make a correction. It'll be 2 minutes for the responses to the question. And we'll start with the first question. And this is for Speedy. Sam? This question is, a common IRHA complaint has been the high cost to build homes and the costs vary between villages. What will you do on the board to address costs, labor and materials, or other alternatives to build up reserves? Oh, okay. You could come up. A common IRHA complaint has been the high cost to build homes and the costs vary between villages. What will you do on the board to address costs and other alternatives to build up reserves?
Yes, you know, the material is going up, and especially with the freight. Like the village of Alacac and Hughes, they have one time to get a barge into the spring. So, charter airplane, that's way expensive. So, that's what we're working on is the villages that's the longest way. We need to get the freight out there as the barge as we can. With the fuel prices, the fuel prices in our village is like 11.50 a gallon. That's what we were looking at. It's like I know it was brought up on the board before. The package houses we've been buying. I know it was brought on board where just buy the stick frames and buy by the bungalows. Just buy a lot of it, and we could look into that way. And we had another place that we were trying to get material from, but it didn't work out. So we are looking into ideas of how we could build just like I was saying before, we need to grab a little funding as you could to add on to it. But it's going to be tougher, especially with the freight cost is not going to go down. Especially the barge and trucking it. So we do need ideas from not just from the board, but from all your chiefs and leaders. We need to go back to open frame models. Go with the boiler, go away from the boilers and just have a toy stove and a wood stove. We go that way. I've seen some houses built and used like that. And they are warm. That from the price he built that Lake Wilmer, that's a good design, open plan. And we might look into that too. So there is ideas that have been thrown on the table with us. Thank you. Any questions?
Next up, we'll have Leah Woods. Do you want me to repeat the question? A common IRHA complaint has been the high cost to build homes and the costs vary between villages. What will you do on the board to address costs, labor, materials, or other alternatives to build up reserves?
Thank you. That's a great question. Currently a 3-bedroom in the village is over 700,000. Here in North Pole, a little over 600,000. So I feel like we need to look at those numbers in our programs to where they're costing less. I think it was like 46 homes at a little over 28 million in Mendon, where that should be, over 80 homes. And for our villages, we currently, HUD does not allocate much money every year. So you need to roll over your funding for certain villages for 5-6 years to come up with some funding. And just the high cost right now, we're just not able to build. And so I feel like, IRHA in the villages, we need to get really creative. I mean, there's so many different options for house kits that, are at a reasonable cost. And with ANTHC and Village Safe Water, we can hopefully, tie in that water and sewer, and then the DOE, those energy rebates to kind of cut those costs. But I think it's just getting creative so we can build more homes in the villages. Thank you.
Okay, Kimberly, a common IRHA complaint has been the high cost to build homes and the cost varies between villages. What will you do on the board to address costs, labor and materials, or other alternatives to build up reserves?
So to address the costs that are so expensive right now, our offices are closing, and we all know, we hear it on the news every day for the past few weeks, our past couple of weeks, how tariffs are happening, how it's going to cost more to build infrastructure, not only here in Fairbanks, but in our communities. What we can do is use our local resources. We have logs out there. We have materials in our communities that we can use. Grayling was a perfect example. What they did was they milled and they went and utilized their own resources. So if you have something locally, what you can do is go out for a bid, because you have all these regulations, these federal regulations. Go out for a bid locally, and if you already have that material on site, it's going to be the lowest bid because you have it there in your community, in your villages. So utilizing what we have. And as far as lowering some of the costs, I know some communities were already doing their they're doing their pads. So they'd say, okay, we're using this funding to do the pad. So all you have to do is come in and lay the structure down. Another one is also working with working with on-the-job training, working with TCC. How can we get our workforce? We can utilize our local workforce and teach our young people how to build. And that's how you're going to reduce that cost as far as labor. So being able to utilize our own people, utilize our own resources, and be able to have that materials there. And then and using, the same thing, if you do have an alternative way to transport your materials, that's also another resource that you can bring down that building cost. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we will vote. And so as I call the directors' names, please come up or we'll be passing out ballots here, so just raise your hand. After come up and put your ballot in the box, and then we'll count the ballots and see who is the winner. Oh. You guys can either stay up or you can go back down if you want. Okay, so please raise your hand when I call out your name. Chief Robert Walker, Chief Ivan Dementif, Grayling, Matthew Burkett, Holy Cross, Jorian Hamilton, Shagaluk, Chief Alice Dale McGrath, Chief Shauna Hytree Medfra, Chief Claude Petruska Nikolai, Chief Robert Perkins Takatna, Vera Lynn Goods. Is that the delegate here? Okay. Chief Oline Pitt Tickner Talida, Chan Shank Dot Lake, Karma Alvey Eagle, Elias Saylor Healy Lake, William C. Albert Northway, Gabe Jonathan Tanacross, Herman Jean Tetlin, Toke Native Association Juanita Wilson, Galen Gilbert Arctic Village, Rhonda Pickup Beaver, Jacqueline Balaam Birch Creek, Ethel Sakalaskas Canyon Village, Stephanie Herbert Chalkitzik, Dennis Carroll Circle, Nancy James Gwichaja, Gary Simple Venatai, Pollock Simon Jr. Alakakit, Charlie Green Loudon, Derek Starr Huslia, Nicole Madros Caltag, Percy Lolnitz Koyakuk, Nulato Gloria Patsy, Stuart Cleaver Ruby, Gerald Sam Alatna, John Dementif Evansville, Brenda Krupa Fairbanks Native Association, Thelma Nikolai Hughes, Jeannie Nelson, Lake Minchumina. Leah Woods, Manly. Lori Baker, Minto. Donald Charlie, Nenana. Don Newman, Rampart. Peter Jelm, Stevens Village. And Julie Roberts, Hyslop, Tanana. Yes. Leah Woods and Kimberly Carlo. Did we miss anyone? If we did, please raise your hand if you need a ballot. One person per tribe. I didn't call. What is it? Jellum. Oh, my bad. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. How many total?
There's 42, so they have to get.
Karma Alvi, Chief,
Yes, go ahead.
could I make a short announcement? Okay, just for your information, Minto fell short by 6 points to the number one team, 1A team, Shaktoolik. But Minto has a very, very young team. They only have one senior. So way to go, Minto.
All right. Okay, we're gonna count the ballots, so just hold tight, please. What's that? You didn't? Oh, Rhonda needs a ballot.
Boy, our general counsel, Robin, was just giving me the eye as I come up here, and I said, I'm going to say whatever I want. Okay. So the emerging leaders wrote a card to the executive board, but I want to share it with everybody if that's okay. Executive Board of Canada Chiefs Conference. The Emerging Leaders Youth Advisory Council wants to thank you all, our chiefs and leaders, for all the youth involvement during convention this year. Your commitment to the people and future generations makes our youth of our region proud. And they all signed it. I guess we could do that. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. Tiffany talked to me and said, because she's in charge of our potlatch, all the volunteers and everything. She thinks, I don't have my phone with me, but I think she said they could be ready as early as 4 maybe, 4 or 4:30, because the moose soup's ahead of schedule. But I do have a concern. We have tribal members that aren't at the meeting that have seen it published for 5:30. So I'm good either way. We could just have a longer break before potlatch, or we could move the potlatch up. And I put it to my delegates here, kind of the majority of what you guys want to do. Stick with 5:30 or move it up.
How long
Keep it at 5:30, I'm hearing. Okay. We'll do that. So there will probably be a couple hour break after elections and the gifting. But please stick around because we do have a number of gifts to honor e-board youth. And we do even have, I think it was out of Kayakuk, a resolution honoring, and they do want to take a second, since we passed it this year in the block of resolutions, to honor their tribal member here.
Brian, who won Tribal Administrator of the Year last night?
There was two of them. Cousin Karma was one of them. And then Grayling, Rachel Frericks. Stand up and wave. TA of the year. Whew, good, I could remember that one. We had about, I don't know, 10 or 12 different awards handed out last night. It was really good.
All right, so we do have a winner for seat C. The winner of the IRHA seat C is Kimberly Carlo. Do you want to say something?
I just want to say thank you very much, and I really appreciate your support. And I just, I thought my job was done on my first term, and I had some leaders come up to me and say, your job's not done. And I had our traditional chief say, don't give up. You still need to fight for our people. So I just want to thank you guys, and I appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Okay, so seat D, we have, oh,
May I interrupt you, please? This Marvin Deacon,
okay, go ahead.
running for seat D. I respectfully withdraw my running. I'm not going to run. Thank you.
Thank you, Marvin. Okay, so remaining up for the candidates that are running for seat D are Speedy Sam Huslia and Leah Woods Tanana Rampart. So because this is a different seat, they have the option of giving another speech if they would like, or you can decide to waive the speech and we could just go to the questions. Speech? Huh? Oh, what would the body like to see? The delegates, what would you like to see? Would you like another questions?
Question and vote. Vote.
So, do you guys want questions and then vote?
I move to vote.
Okay. Do I hear a second? Second by Chief Green. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay. All right. We'll just go to the vote. So we will be handing out more ballots. As I call your name, raise your hand, please. Anvik, Robert Walker. Grayling, Ivan Dementif. Holy Cross, Matthew Burkett. Shagaluk, Jorian Hamilton. McGrath, Alice Dale. Medfra, Shauna Heitree. Nikolai, Claude Petruska. Takatna, Veer Lynn Goods. Talida, Oline Tickner. Dot Lake, Chan Shank. Eagle, Karma Alvey. Healy Lake, Elias Saylor. Northway, William C. Albert. Tanacross, Gabe Jonathan. Tetlin, Herman Jean. Tok Native Association, Juanita Wilson. Arctic Village, Galen Gilbert. Beaver, Rhonda Pitka. Birch Creek, Jacqueline Balaam. Canyon Village, Ethel Sakalaskis. Chalkitzik, Stephanie Herbert. Circle, Dennis Carroll. Gwich'aja, Nancy James. Venatai, Gary Simple. Allakaket, Pollock Simon Jr. Loudon, Charlie Green. Huslia, Derek Starr. Caltag, Nicole Madros. Koyukuk, Percy Lolnitz. Nulato, Gloria Patsy. Ruby, Stuart Cleaver. Alatna, Gerald Sam. Evansville, John Dementiff. Fairbanks Native Association, Brenda Krupa. Hughes, Thelma Nikolai. Lake Machumana, Jeannie Nelson. Manly, Leah Woods, or Janet Woods. Minto, Lori Baker. Nenana, Donald Charlie. Rampart, Don Newman. Stevens Village, Peter Jelm. Tanana, Julie Roberts Hyslop. Yes. Did anyone get missed? Did you all get a ballot? Okay. I know. That's what I was worried about. As a chief of the TCC region, I just want to really give a round of applause to TCC and all the amazing things that they put on the agenda this year. I really feel like this has just been such a powerful time together with hearing from the youth and talking about MMIP and all the issues that we face. But I really feel like a lot of this has really touched our hearts and stuff this convention, and it's just been amazing. So can we all just give TCC a hand for such an amazing convention?
Okay, I'm gonna try this again, but I'm not doing it a third time. So last night, yesterday, I was trying to draw for the Open North American basketball tickets. It's a season pass thing to where you can go to all the games. So I'm going to try to pick the first two tickets. So if you have a gray ticket, I'm sorry if you don't have one, but I think we gave out 50 or 100 of them today. The first number is 648-2302. Hey, right there. Okay. Shelly, can you run them a ticket? Okay, so Shelly's on her way over to you. Speedy delivery. Not this speedy. And then the second ticket is 648-2328. Is that one in the house? Must be present to win. Again, 648-2328. Going once. Going twice. Okay, moving on. They do have a couple more backup tickets. Okay, so 648-2324. Ending in 2324. Anyone? Bueller? Hey, you guys get my jokes. We're the same age. Okay, one more time, 648-2324. Going once, going twice. Okay, next backup ticket, 648-2340, 2340. Anyone? Well, I'm getting nervous. I think I only got 2 more tickets left. 648-2340. Okay, moving on. How about 648-2406? Somebody's got to yell bingo, right? So 2406. Right here where? No? Okay, my last ticket. I hope we have a winner. 648-2405. Right here. Yay!
Okay, so the winner of the IRHA Seat D is Leah Woods from Tanna Rampart.
I just wanted to say, thank you guys. Thank you for your support. I look forward to working with the board members. It's a good time to start working together and to start coming up with new ideas for the tribes. And just know that during these times, these trying times, we will get through it. Everything that is going on, as Native people, we are resilient. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, next. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chief Karma. I am going to be focusing on a future. First of all, congratulations to the 2 members that got voted into IRHA right now. And as I said, I'll be focusing on tomorrow as the theme goes on. Last year in 2024, there was a resolution brought before the board by Ruby and Yukon Kaikuk subregion along with Healy Lake. And then there was 2024 4-22, and then it deals with only communities that have funds in IRA that will be able to vote in their delegates. So next year, I'm just focusing on tomorrow, and I will be bringing this resolution back before the board next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay, so next up we have, oh, go ahead, Chief Julie.
Just with a bunch of respect, we talked about that issue last year, and we voted on it last year. I don't know if the minds have changed since last year on that particular issue. And there's only a few of us, that run our own housing programs, but we tend to support, IRHA every way we can, and to offer our own, advice, our own support, for all the tribes here. If there's something that we could do to help other tribes, we do that. So just, to speak, to Jerry, about the issue of representation, in voting, I feel like that's just, going to divide us more. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to the vice president officer election. We have pursuant to the elections committee, the candidate for the vice president officer position may present a speech. Following the candidate's speech, the candidate will be asked up to 2 questions and be given 2 minutes to respond. After completion of the speeches and questions, I will ask for a motion from the floor to approve the candidate as she is running unopposed. Vice President Sharon Hildebrand, please.
Chief
come up.
Karma? Chief Karma, I'd
Yes.
like to ask for a unanimous support for Vice President Cheryl Hildebrand. She ran unopposed.
Second by Nancy James. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Thank you, chiefs and leaders. It's humbling to stand before you. If it's okay with you, I'd like to do my speech. Out of respect for you, I'd like to ask if it's okay. Okay. Thank you. I am deeply touched. Zan Hazloon, Jukdrin Gwinzi, respected elders, chiefs, past presidents, and delegates. Etzatlan Sauzat Nulado Hudson Sedansat Fairbanks Listaw. I am Dene Koikon Athabaskan, a tribal member of the Nulato village and the Caribou clan where I was raised. My maternal grandparents are the late Ellen and Aloysius Peters. They raised me in a traditional way in Nulato, and the late Benjamin and Lucy Simikin of Loudon. My paternal grandmother is the late Florence Grant of Tanana. My parents are the late Jay Chirac of Tanana and Frida Chirac of Loudon. My husband, Vernon, who is over there, please stand. I wanted to thank one of our tribal representatives for thanking him while I was sitting with him yesterday, because he doesn't always get that acknowledgement, and I appreciate and love him for the support that he provides for me. I also have 3 sons, John, Peter, and Anthony. Jay being my late son. He was married to Emily Frank of Mento. Together they have 3 amazing children, our grandchildren who carry on his legacy. First and foremost, I would like to thank our Holy Father for bringing us here together today to the sacred space of the Lower Tanana Dene Athabaskan peoples. And we acknowledge the land stewardship of our people that brought us to this moment. Also, thank you to our traditional chief, Reverend Dr. Trimble Gilbert, Chief Andy Jimmy, and other elders who have set our attentions over the week. Looking across the wetlands of Cayo,
where I'm from. We are shown visions of heaven on earth. As the sun shines golden in silvers of grass, so do our people. We are many with ideas and hopes and dreams to carry forward the wishes of those who came before us. I stand before you today with only your support, love, and wishes of our people. We are here for a reason. I was elected by this body 3 years ago. Some of the faces have changed, but the mission remains the same. Our priorities include our way of life, and this includes many facets of our life, not only sustenance, but our transference of traditions to our next generation. This happens in the smokehouse, on the banks of the Yukon. As we're cutting fish, we tell stories and laugh and talk to our children that are soaking in that goodness of days past. We know that the year ahead will hold many challenges for all of us, and we must hold fast to our other sources that sustain us. Our other priorities include education. We know many of our children are being educated with no teacher presence, some schools being shut down, no funding for sports programs. Our parents and our relatives in the communities are stepping forward for these programs. The other priorities are infrastructure in our communities, including water and sewer, housing, roads, broadband. Finally, voting. It's hard enough to try to vote in our rural communities, but to hear that cases of no ballots in locations, ballots being thrown out, ballots not counted, this is a failure to our people, and we must do better. We will continue to fight the injustices and social injustice that are many. We are not going anywhere. We will continue to fight for the greater good of our people. The final priority is that of our young people. We continue to see amazing leadership being brought forth by the next generation. And we are looking forward to this new generation of bright young minds, some we saw on Tuesday, seeking to be international advocates, tribal leaders, medical advocates, including dentists. We are proud of each and every one of you. Keep dancing and singing to your drum. As Chief Julie stated, you belong to us. You will always have a home, no matter where you are. My grandpa once shared with me that you are never alone when you're walking. I'm always with you. Know that your ancestors are here with you, walking with you. You're never alone. Walk with that great pride. We've seen it on Tuesday. As we move forward, my values of my upbringing ground me daily in who I am and what I do. To address the ongoing issues, I am always listening and sharing information provided to me by our tribal leadership. It is important to me to listen and follow our guiding principle of Chiwitsin, set by our late Chief Peter John, meaning that our services come from a place of love, compassion, and understanding to ensure our tribes feel heard. This principle is also reflected in the important resolutions written by our people. I ran under the idea of unity, and I feel we have achieved that, but there will be some challenges in the years ahead. But let's not forget the strength of our people. You are here. We are here. Continue to move forward. Before I state the closing statement, I also want to ask my two sons who are here in the room to please stand. Anthony Hildebrand over there. And Peter Hildebrand over here. Along with them and my husband, they've had to put up with me traveling a lot, and I appreciate them stepping forward as well. The time we have together is short. Let's make it count for the greater good. I strongly believe in TC's vision of healthy, strong, unified tribes and working towards a better tomorrow for future generations. I would be honored to continue to serve the TCC region as Vice President alongside each of you. Until we see each other again, Irua de Lactanique, take good care of yourself. Masit.
Congratulations, Sharon. Okay, so at this time, the full Board of Directors shall ratify the following elections. Chief Nancy James, Executive Board, Yukon Flats. Chief Lori Baker, Executive Board, Yukon Tanana. Sylvia Pitka, Regional Health Board of Directors, Upper Tanana. Agnes Tony, Regional Health Board of Directors, Upper Kuskokwim. Chief Matthew Burkett, Interior Athabascan Tribal College, Lower Yukon. Tanisha Moses, Interior Athabascan Tribal College, Upper Tanana. Chief Alice Dale, TCC Education College, Upper Kuskokwim. And Rebecca Gallen, TCC Education College, Upper Tanana. Is there a motion to ratify the subregional elections?
I so move.
I'll second. This is Rhonda.
Who made the
Right here.
motion?
Ja-
Janet? Okay, and Rhonda seconds. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? All right. Congratulations, everyone. This concludes the 2025 Annual Convention elections. Thank you.
And Karma, for chairing the elections, we've got a gift of a necklace and earrings by Rachel David of Fort Yukon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So at this time, we'll go into our different recognition, oath of office, and all that stuff. And so, as I mentioned earlier, Kai Cook would like to start out based on the resolution honoring Kenneth Newman, Resolution 2025-21, and they'd like some time right now to do that honoring. So, Kai Cook, you have the stage.
Brian, what do we do with these surveys?
Where are we collecting the surveys? Out in the lobby?
Yes.
Okay,
there's
out
a
in the
box.
lobby.
Could we have somebody come pick them up from the tables here?
Yes. Let me see. Can we get staff to make their way through the tables? And thank you for doing that, because that will direct us on the fall convention, what your biggest priorities are from the delegates. So thank you. Oh, okay. And once you turn in your survey, you'll get a ticket, and based on that, we'll draw prizes at the end.
Oh, man. They'll have to get those tickets out there right now.
I got it. Oh, that's okay.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Percy Lalnitz. I'm first chief of Kayakook. And we had this opportunity to come forth with some resolutions. So we were sitting there and trying to come up with ideas, and you know, to make, to make it known that we thought about this one person that I think did a lot of, and the council also approved that there's one airplane pilot that had helped a lot of people within our TCC region. And so we talked about it, and we brought his name up, and we said, this guy deserves something. Because I remember standing on the bank when he brought one of our loved ones home, and just standing there, everybody gathered together. Kaikuk is a small village, but we had a lot of people out there on the riverbank. You know how that goes. People are visiting each other, and you hear laughter, and everybody just waiting. Then somebody would say, "I hear a plane." Get quiet, and they look around. Then, whoever had eagle eyes, it wasn't me, but whoever had eagle eyes, they seen the plane coming over. And so, that sort of thing we thought was really important. And there was a resolution. Did anybody bring the resolution? Where's our chief chairman? Yeah, we have the gifts, but I need that resolution. I know it's in our proposal book.
21.
Just hand me. So anyway, that resolution that we had submitted, it beat the deadline and all that we had to go through process to 21. Yeah. So anyway, I'll just maybe ask our second chief to read the resolution.
All the whereases, so?
Yeah, just start off.
Okay.
This is Resolution 2025-21, resolution to recognize Kenneth Newman Sr. The TCC is an Alaska Native Tribal Health and Social Services Consortium established by the Interior Alaska tribes and tribal communities to provide a unified voice in advancing sovereign tribal governments through the promotion of physical and mental wellness, education, social economic development, and culture of the Interior Alaska Native, and whereas bringing the tribal members home to rest after death to their home village is of the utmost importance to Native culture, healing communities, and families. And whereas Kenneth Newman Sr., a tribal member of Rampart, has worked as a bush pilot in Interior Alaska for rural airlines throughout his career, and whereas Mr. Newman has assisted rural communities by bringing their loved ones to rest in their home villages after death. And whereas Mr. Newman has taken extra steps to ensure tribal members are flown over the traditional and cultural places of their childhood and Native community before being laid to rest, now therefore be it resolved that the Tanana Chiefs Conference full board of directors recognize and thanks Kenneth Newman Sr. for his years of service to rural Alaska and for bringing tribal members home to rest after death in their native village and with their families and communities. And this is passed by the full body. Resolution was duly passed by the Tanana Chiefs Conference full board of directors on March 12th, 13th, 2025 at Fairbanks, Alaska, and a quorum was duly established. And I'd like to thank all of the chiefs and representatives here for voting in favor of this resolution. Anabase. And also thank you, Mr. Newman. It's very emotional, very personal. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was our reasons why and how it came about. But I just have a short story to tell you. A few years ago, I had visited Tanana, and I stayed with late Lester Earhart. He invited me down there, so I went and stayed with him. And you know, we get up pretty early, 6 o'clock, 6:30. First thing he'd do is make coffee, and we sit around and talk. And he told me a lot of stuff from, about his remembrance of the history of Tanana and the surrounding villages. So I had asked him about the numerous boys he had took under his wing. So he started naming them one by one, so and so, so and so. There was Evanses and Newmans and others, Joseph, Stewart, and Spunky, all those guys. Anyway, I don't know if he was teasing or not, but he always teasing, and he laughed. He said, out of that whole bunch of boys I raised, there was only one out of them. Only one, he say that. Listen to me. I asked him to do something, he do it right now. I looked at him and I told him, well, who was it? That was Boots Newman. Gee, so I bought him a new pair of shoes because basketball season was coming by. So those kind of stories he shared, I thought that was. So I asked Boots about that. Come on up, Boots. So I asked him about that. I didn't believe him, I didn't believe Lester because he is. Lester, he has that tendency. Sometimes I have to try to figure him out because sometimes he BS and with a big smile and laugh, heavy laughter. And under 3 days later, I asked him again, you sure that story was true about that boy? He said, yeah, you don't believe me? I told him, no, I don't know. Sometimes I don't believe you because you lie too much. So, he was a good visit. So, I want to thank you. Thank you for being you. And then you can, yeah.
So in 1990, my dad passed away. I was working on the slope. I had to go home. Longest trip I ever took in my life. All the way home, don't know no one. So when the opportunity came for me to do this, I had to step up because I don't want you guys to be going home alone like I did. So this is why I do it. I had a hard time when my nephew passed. I didn't do this for over a year. My wife, she says, you have to remember why you started this. So I'd like to thank my wife, Denise, for reminding me why I do this. So I do this for you guys, so you don't have to go home alone. I make it personal. Thank you.
And thank you, Mona Nollner, for making our slippers.
But I think this table will. Okay, bear with us. We're doing some redecorating.
Give a round of applause for our executive management.
Okay. Yeah, originally I thought this was going to be up there, but that's fine. Yes, I have Nancy, Lori, and Sharon. Yeah. 32, 33, 34. She gets 34. 33 is Lori. So this must be 32 is Nancy. Okay. Whew, okay. Yeah. I think we're good for now. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Charlie? Charlie wanted to gift, I believe it's the outgoing Yukon River Intertribal Fish Commission chair. So I want to give him a second to do that.
Recently, I became the chair of the Yukon River Intertribal Fish Commission because one of our own stepped down from that position. I was the co-chair. This chief, this woman, hardworking woman for her tribe and her area, built a foundation for a powerful, rebuilt it. COVID shut it down, the Fish Commission, and this lady brought it back out of the weeds and got it started again. Got us some gravel money, worked really hard. Same time building a beautiful village of Eagle. And so at this time, I'd like to call Karma Albi up here if she's still in the room to receive this gift that we got for her. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much.
We want to thank you for all you've done for the people of the Yukon River and the Lukcho salmon, yeah, the king salmon, yep. Thank you, Karma.
Thank you.
This was made by Ramey Brooks. Beautiful art that he does. Really appreciate him. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The Fish Commission was just really part of my heart and soul. But we brought it to 501c3 status, and it just got to the point where it was a lot more work than I really could do as the tribal administrator and chief of my home village as well. And I was just stretched pretty thin, and I really wanted to concentrate on language and culture and stuff at home, but after I get more staff hired and stuff, I do want to come back to the Fish Commission in some capacity. So I loved working with everyone, and I hope I can continue to help, and I appreciate this very much. Thank you.
All through the convention, I hear we need to go forward in unity. And for as long as I can remember, the Fish and Game has kept us divided along the river, upriver and downriver. You always hear about that fight. And right now, the Yukon River Intertribal Fish Commission has 43 tribes united along the whole river. That's the first time in history. In April, when we go to the Yukon River panel in Canada, we gave resolutions to all the First Nations, and we're hoping to tear the border down and unite us all the way to the headwaters. So I want to let you guys know that that's what we're working for, to give everybody a voice so we can all work at it as one in unity. Thank you, guys.
So I have to apologize a little bit here. We travel around to meetings and stuff, and darn it if we get into some of the airports and everyone comes running up to him like some kind of movie star. And still to this day, I've never seen the show. So I was like, wow, he's pretty popular all over the world, that guy. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to invite the executive board to join me on stage as we recognize the newly re-elected executive board of directors and vice president. So if the e-board would come up to the stage, please. You make room so you can be all right there. Lots of room, big stage. Okay. First up, we have Executive Board of Directors, Chief Nancy James of Fort Yukon, Gwich'ażé, Yukon Flats Subregion.
Can we make comment?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're getting your gifts.
Oh. Do I need to kneel? Huh?
Okay.
Gee, I know I'm old, but they're making me look older. Lori and you're supposed to stand by me.
You first.
Over and over and over, we sing and do the resolutions. You're supposed to say action.
Action.
Action. I'd like to thank Brian and all your staff for what you are doing and what you are about to do. But before, I would like to acknowledge my sub-regional Yukon Flats for your trust and continued trust. It was difficult, but I know I may act like my own boss, but I'm not my own boss. I'm led from my heart. And so I resubmitted my name, and it's not what I want, but I have to trust and know that where we're at, where we're going, it will be a challenge. But I also know behind, as we look at TCC and as I look upon my people, it's not just my sub-region. I love every one of the sub-region within the 40 villages. And I know that we will be going, but we're fighters. We have tools to continue to work for our people, however difficult it may be. But it's only through the grace of God that we are where we're at today. We are filled with a lot of grants. We have work to do. We have to fulfill it. And when we stumble, we do have our elders within our community to uplift us. So each and every one of us as leaders, let us not forget those that have cleared the path for us. And let us not forget to take a hand of our young people that we have seen the last 2 days proclaim, and they are ready, getting ready. We need to help them. And no matter what we may be going through, let us not forget that we are not our own. Thank you.
I first want to check with the e-board to see if anyone would like to make any comments. You can, except I'm going to also open it up after the e-board to open it up to family side for her specifically right now. Anyone? Yeah. Okay. For Nancy? For Nancy.
Oh, yeah, I'm Peter Demosky. I'm from Noletta. I have known Nancy for many years, and I'm glad to see her back on the board. She has a challenge with her to keep us all in line, and she does a good job of that. So I'm glad to see her.
And I'll say real quick, Nancy's tough, but she's fair. And, if anyone keeps me and TCC in check, it's definitely Nancy. So I really want to thank her for her advocacy, because she is one of the strongest advocates we have for our people. So Masi Cho.
I too want to thank Nancy for her wisdom and her strength. She's one tough cookie, I'll tell you what. She keeps us all in line, like was said. I think we even fear her a little bit. But her wisdom is greatly appreciated as we go along, no matter what we're doing. She keeps us in line. We really thank her. Thank you.
I've done a lot of travels with Chief Nancy over the years, and I'm reminded of what Chief Julie Roberts shared when she was doing a speech a while back, that you do a lot of traveling and it's away from your family and it's never any fun, but it's for your people. And that's what Chief Nancy does. She willingly gives of herself all the time. And when I first met her, I thought that she was very serious, but she's got a great sense of humor, and she's keeping us on our toes all the time. I think she knows the Roberts Rules of Order better than our general counsel. And I just want to say thank you, Chief Nancy Masi.
Yeah, I too want to congratulate my elder Nancy for retaining her chair there. And Nancy, don't listen to these guys. You're one of the nicest, kindest, hardworking people at the table. So I appreciate you always. Thank you.
I wanted to say congratulations to Nancy. When I first got on, she was a symbol of strength to me. I got to see her, and she was very tough. And to be honest, I was afraid of her a little bit. But like we said, she's an advocate. I seen her on stage at United Nations. She got to meet the president. She's done a lot of amazing things. And I just wanted to say thank you, Nancy, for always being there for us and for the people.
I just wanted to say I am very lucky to know Nancy, and even more lucky for her to be my auntie. She is such a strong woman, one of the strongest women I know, and she reminds me to be strong and to think with my values. But like everybody else says, she keeps me in check. I'm her niece too, so she keeps me in check and in a good way. So Masicho, Chief Nancy, for everything you do for our people, for our youth.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Nancy for keeping me in, I don't know, she keeps me in the meeting, she likes to hear my opinion. I don't say very much, but because of her, she hears my opinion. Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate Nancy on back on the board for the next 3 years. And, Nancy reminds me lots of my mother. She has crazy hair like my mom did, so, and short and real tough. And she's right. She does keep us all in line. And thank you, Nancy, for all your wisdom. And, she always brings up good points. Every time we think we're all done talking, all of a sudden, nope, wait. And then we'll have to, Nancy will have to say her part and keep us straight. So thank you.
So at this time, I'll call up the tribe, family, others who may want to say a few words. While they're coming up, we talked about Nancy's sense of humor. After the sub-regional meeting, end of a long day, we were walking out and she came up to me. I shook her hand to congratulate her. And she said, "Now you got to put up with me 3 more years."
Well, my fellow Americans, one thing about Nancy is she knows her politics. I started out in Fort Yukon in 1974. She started way before that, back in the late 60s. And so, she kind of groomed me over the years. And, but I'm not as mean as she is. Anyway, I was really honored when the tribe made me the traditional chief of Gutcha-Gutchin-Kinhi, or Gutcha-Gutchin tribal government. And, I knew she had something to do with that, to get me in that position. And I'm truly honored by it. It means a lot. And so, so we've been working together all these years, and we consult with each other, and we talk about the Yukon Flats and the challenges out there and things like this, and what's coming to this convention here. And we talk about that. And, I give her my thoughts, she gives me her thoughts, and like that, we communicate that way. And she also, somebody mentioned here, she does have a little sense of humor too. She told me one time, she said, she say, what that means is, gee, it's fun to be native. And so anyway, it's really been, fun working with her, and sometimes we disagree, and most of the time we agree with each other, that type of a thing. But, it's been a pleasure to see her represent the Yukon Flats. And I think she's a strong voice. And like I say, she knows how to maneuver through the politics. I even seen a picture of her where Biden was kissing her hand. And I thought, holy smoke, he's treating her like she's royal. Come on, the royal family, Anyway, yeah. So on behalf of the Yukon Flats villages, I really appreciate you supporting her the way you did. And she'll continue to speak on your behalf. And not only Yukon Flats, but she see her role as representing all the regions, not just the Yukon Flats. And you hear her when she's speaking here, how she's inclusive of the issues that impact all of you as well. So, and she really pays attention to, like when you're doing resolutions, she look up there and she say, oh, I gotta amend that, So anyway, Will, thank you for doing
doing the resolutions. I don't know how you kept track of it. I'd like to make an amendment, and then I'd like to make an amendment to the amendment, and the amendment to the amendment. And pretty soon I begin to wonder, okay, what are they going to vote on here? And it also made me mindful of AFN. That's what they do, right? I'd like to make amendment to the amendment. I'd like to amend the amendment, and on like that, and pretty soon everybody's sitting there, what the hell are we going to vote on here, you know? So anyway, thank you. Thank you for your time. I thank you, Nancy, for the work you do on behalf of all of us, and I pray that you continue to do what you do, and the good Lord give you the strength to do that. Masicho.
My name is Marilyn Savage, and I'm newly village council elected this September. And I've been working with Nancy. I'm proud of her to be her friend, and she's been a leader to us, and we depend on her. I'm glad she's here, and I look forward to working with her this next 3 years. And we're so proud of her, and we have a gift from the tribal members, and my sister made this necklace for her.
As short as I am, these are all heavy. Thank you.
I've been to many meetings in Fort Yukon where I've seen Chief Nancy training her council and the young people at the camp down at 6 Mile. And she's been a very powerful voice to Guchaje. My name is Audrey Fields. I'm my sister Marilyn Savage. And we're thankful for her to be in our life because she inspires us. And sometimes we think, oh no, and so we just say, But she is comical. One time she comes by the house when we lived in Fort Yukon, and she said, oh, make me a jug of that pitch juice. I'll pay you for it. And I was like, Chief, I don't bootleg pitch juice. I'll just make it for you. We had a good laugh on that, but we take care of our elders, and we honor you, Marilyn, and some tribal members with the necklace. Thank you.
I grew up with Nancy, grew up in Fort Yukon, and we're both in Jishu, and we went to BIA school together, and Don Young was a teacher there. And I guess I ran away from Don Young one time, and Don Young was telling Nancy about it, and Nancy reminded me of it.
I just want to congratulate Nancy and say thank you for working for the Yukon Flats and for another 3 more years. Before we came over, she called me in Chalkitsik and said she asked about our spring carnival and she wants to drive up there with snow machine. So on behalf of Chalkitsik and Yukon Flats, we made her a beaver hat so she can be warm on her trip going up with the snow machine.
there's like a beaded cross on the side of her hat, and it's so fitting for Nancy because a lot of times sometimes when we get a little carried away, she just reminds us about God, and she's always telling us if we come to a meeting to acknowledge God, and I'm thankful for Nancy's leadership. Thank you.
I forgot to buy the gift today. I'd like to thank Nancy James for her service. She is honestly one of the most savviest politicians that I've ever met in my life. You know, when you come up in the Yukon Flats, you got to come through Nancy, and she will make you strong. She will make you strong enough to stand up to the federal government, the state government, and tell them exactly how it is. I've always appreciated the strength of the people of the Yukon Flats, and I truly appreciate the strength that comes from Nancy James. And especially reminding us every day to be grateful to God and to pray every meeting we go into. Thank you. Thank you, Chief James.
Thank you. Janet Woods, I just wanted to, sometimes I have the privilege of being Nancy's chauffeur. And recently when we were going to the airport, she said she didn't put her name in yet. And I said, Nancy, you need to, because we need your godly wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I said, you really speak for the people, not just the Fort Yukon Flat, but all the people with her knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and knowing the federal and state regulations and law. So Nancy, thank you for all that you do for us, and I appreciate you, and she's also my mentor. And I said, I can't lose you yet, so thank you, Nancy.
So I grew up a river rat on the Chandler and the Yukon, and some of my first memories in Fort Yukon was pulling up and Nancy sitting there in her orange truck. I'd tell my dad, Gary, get in. So I always thought it was cool. Anytime there's no truck, so I go jump in the back of her truck and grab gas. But growing up between Beanie Tie and Fort Yukon and seeing Nancy out there living our cultural lifestyle, and what some people see as mean, like I grew up there with my grandma, same thing. And that's not, there was no anger in it, it was strength. So I say thank you, Nancy, and we'll continue supporting you. Thank you.
I just want to say congratulations to Chief Nancy James on another term on the seat. Brian's right. She's tough, but she's fair. And also, I like to reflect on what Steve said. You know that she grooms him, and I'm going in 9 years on and off as chief too, and I gotta say she's grooming me as well. And all I gotta say, when Nancy speaks, you know, everybody listens. I believe that. And I'd like to add to that a funny story. I was in Arctic. I got an unknown call number. Answered, hello. Chief. It was Nancy. I even stood at attention. Hello, Chief. You know. Yeah. But Nancy, congratulations. You know, I love you, and Vashranko, appreciate you. Masi.
Oh, Dennis Carroll, first chief of Circle. And I remember when I was young, Nancy and all of them come up from Fort Yukon to have a meeting. And they didn't have a hall that time, so they just did it in my dad's house there. And she's one of the last politicians there. But I think if she ran for governor, she'll win. So thank you.
So at this time, we'll honor Executive Board of Directors, Chief Lori Baker, Yukon Tanana Subregion from Minto.
Well, thank you. First of all, I want to thank God for his strength. It's been a rough couple months, but with his strength and the strength of family and you, I thank you. I also want to give thanks to my children who stand beside me and tell me that it's okay. You'll get through this. I also want to thank Julie Roberts Hyslop. When I first started coming to meetings and sitting here, her words of encouragement and just guiding me through, and she kept asking me, "You're ready? You're ready?" And I keep saying, "No, no." But it's people like this that mentor us along. And I also want to thank Andy Jimmy, our elder from home, who gives words of wisdom and encouragement and helped me along my way. I worked for my tribe for a while and then decided to get on the board. And his words of encouragement along with others, I'm so thankful for that. Thank you, both of you. I also want to thank my sub-region. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your votes. I do what I do not only for my village, but for you, my sub-region, and our region across TCC. The battles that we encounter, and as we heard many times today, as the road may get tough for us, and all the e-board here, along with Brian, how we stand in the forefront for our people. And yes, many times we're away. And I also have to mention my people at home. I want to thank my village of Minto, the staff there that gives me the words of encouragement. And they're always saying, "When are you leaving? When are you coming back?" And how they just support me in what I do, not only for them, but for all of you. And with that, I just thank all of you. Anabesi.
So I'll start us out real quick here. You know, we deal with a lot of tough topics, and it can be stressful and just difficult at times. And if you know me, my way is to crack a little joke and break the tension. But I want to commend Lori for, at that time, she'll speak from the heart. And that really goes along. It can help ground us when we're in very tough discussions and trying to make the toughest of decisions. So I really want to thank you for that.
I've had the opportunity to get to know Lori over this past 3 years at different meetings, and now when we greet each other, we say, "Hey, sister." But it's good to have that support within one another, have that humor. But like Chief Brian mentioned in our meetings, she always keeps us grounded. If we move too far away, she brings us back to the discussion that needs to be had. And that's a quality that's very important to have on the e-board. Of course, there is laughter, but before that is business. Thank you, Lori. Masi.
Lori, I want to thank you for your strength and resilience. People are not wrong. She's a great leader. Lucky to have her. She has great wisdom for her age already. I appreciate her. We appreciate her leading us. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Lori, for continuing. I know it's tough to be chief because you got to be jack of all trades, but you stuck it through. And we have challenges, like I said, we could do it together like 3 golden girls. So remember that.
Chief Lori Baker has given me some wonderful words of advice when I needed it. She's grounded me when I needed it. There's been moments where I've had private conversations with her and it's very important for me to stay grounded, and she made me realize how important that is, but then she'll also bring me back to that place to look at everything with love and beauty. So, Masi, you're a great chief.
Real quick, before Ivan comes up, I forgot to share, not many people know this, but my son is laid to rest in Minto. That's where his other family is from, and I respected him and his wife. And when we were all going through that, Lori made sure we were all comfortable, we were at home, and it was very comforting. But one of our Minto trips that we went to Minto, she pulled up in a big old bus and coveralls, and I was like, holy, you're really jack of all trades.
Yeah, Lori, I just want to congratulate you on your retaining your seat as well, and your sternness when you speak. You know, I could hear it in your voice, and most of all, your humbleness as we get into as we were sitting through the tough times. So I appreciate that out of you. You're a strong woman, strong leader, and I admire your leadership. Thank you.
Well, when I was standing in line back here, I realized that all of our ladies were up for election this year, and I didn't realize that until now. But sometimes as leaders, as you all know up in the front, it's not always easy to take this part. There's challenges that we faced, and a lot of times there's nobody to talk to. We're very fortunate to have each other, and on the e-board, we're fortunate to have each other up here too. Lori is one of the people that I confide in sometimes, and we have good talks about how to move forward and everything. You guys notice that the ladies are up here, they're kind of cracking jokes and stuff, but the serious bunch, that three of us at the end, we kind of hold things together. But I just wanted to say thank you to Lori for being able to be there all the time for us. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Lori, young lady. Lori, some months back went through some hard times, but that's when you really tell what kind of leader Lori is. She's just what you see. She's calm. She never just showed her what she was made of, her leadership. Just the way she is, she's always, this is her, calm. Every time we vote or something, you never know which way she's going to vote, because it's just the same expression, little smile, But I really like that about Lori. She's, she doesn't show much emotion, anything. She's She always thinks, like me, I just blurt out what I say, mostly get myself in trouble. She thinks about what she says, and that's what I really like about her. So she's a really good leader. So thank you, Lori. You keep us, like say, all grounded. You're on the other end of Nancy, so you just thank you.
First off, I want to congratulate Lori Baker for getting back on the e-board. I know she probably had a rough time getting elected, but I'm glad to see she made it. She's been a pretty big influence on the TCC e-board among all us members. We all try to be like her, but we can't be. I'm glad to see her on the board again.
Yeah, I'd like to say congratulations to Lori. It's been a pleasure working with her. We have to make some tough decisions, and I usually follow her lead. Thank you.
Are we good? Okay. And last but not, oh no, I'm sorry. So now tribal members, friends, families, anyone else that would like to honor Lori, come on up on stage.
Lori. Thank you, Lori, for putting your name back in. Thank you, Janet, for running for our subregion also. You're both great, ladies. You both, contribute a lot to, us as people, and we really appreciate, both of you so very much. When I was thinking about how do you become a leader, and what do you have to do to be a leader? And I always think back to my uncle, my late uncle, the Reverend John Starr. He was a person that really unified us in our community, in our village. And he always said, you have to work together. You always have to think about the other people too. And so I always remember, him and his words about, really working together. And he was a very religious man. He believed, number one, in God. And so he taught those qualities, to so many of us in our community of Canada and all over the region, because he traveled many, many places, and he really brought peace to us. We never felt uncomfortable. We never felt unwanted. We always felt so much love from him because he was a man of God, and that's what he taught us. And we talk lots about love, loving our children, loving each other. And I think that's the most important thing that we have and that we can have for each other. And so, I just really want to thank Lori for all of her leadership and for doing all the work she does for, not only Minto, but all of us. So many people benefit from the whole executive board and what they're doing. We wouldn't be in the situation we are if they didn't, come together and talk about the issues, that we have. And we have a lot of issues, and we still have a lot of work to do. But, I wasn't sure, if I was going to be sewing a pair of slippers for Laurie for incoming or outgoing. But I did make her a pair of slippers. And this is what I really enjoy doing, is making slippers. And lots of other work too. But I just, want to gift her these slippers from me and my tribe to you, Laurie. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
My name is Andy Yumi from Minto.
you've been around Native politics, you can spot somebody that can take your place. When I stepped down from the chief, I talked to Lori. It was all right with her, and she got elected. It's tough for her because she's the first lady chief that we had in Minto. And at that time, that was pretty strict. Some people say that traditionally, just men be chief. So she took on something that was never done before. It was okay there, but to get her on the e-board, that was a little tougher. You know, young people, they always think, I've never been there, it's going to be hard. I don't think I can do it. But it took a little persuading to get her on the board one time and just listen to Nancy. And this is her second term, and we're proud of her. It's hard to work for your people sometimes, your own people. And she's tough enough to do it. So, thank you, Roy. A little gift for her from the council.
This necklace was made by Eileen Charlie. She's sitting out there. But Laurie.
Wow. Yay.
I just wanted to say she done a lot for the village. Even before she got on the council, she was active in community events like 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Winter Carnival. She done a lot for the kids, give the kids something to do in the village. Thank you for all you do.
I just want to say congratulations to Lori for getting reelected. And I left Minto for a while after I graduated from high school. And when I moved home, I was just coming out of, my whole adult life of being addicted to drugs and alcohol. And when I came home, Lori was one of the people who supported me down there. And, when you think about people in leadership, something I always appreciate about Lori is she's always looked out for people who couldn't look out for themselves. And my father was one of them, the late Bobby Charlie. And I just appreciate that there's people like Lori who look out for our people in the villages. Thank you, Lori.
I love you, Lori. I'm very proud of you. And I'm so, okay. I love you and I'm proud of you. And I know these people are proud of you at home in Minto. And then we're going to see all the young men in busy all summer. Thank you.
Hi, I just wanted to congratulate Lori, and I'm just proud of you. And she's very involved. She puts on all the activities in Minto, and she's there. And I always wonder, how does she enjoy it? Get to enjoy any community events, because she's just hits the ground running. And that's probably what she enjoys, is seeing the smiles on all the community members' faces. And I have these two mischief ones. And when we lived in Minto, it was hard with little ones, and one with a colic baby and getting like 4 hours of sleep a night. And every Sunday she made it a point to get my boys and give me a rest. And I just appreciate that so much.
Lori is my younger sister. I am honored that she's here. She knows she's been working for the council ever since she was in high school, one way or another. She knows a lot of the history that the villages went through. She knows what the fight is, and that's what she stands up for. She stands up for her people. She loves them. And I just want to say, I'm honored to be your sister, and I'm glad where you are today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miriam Titus. I am the new tribal administrator from my village of Minto. This is my third week as a tribal administrator. Lori is my cousin. We grew up together. She's like my sister. I just want to congratulate her on being reelected to the e-board. I have so much I want to say. I don't think Lori has ever left Minto. She graduated school there. I think the only time she ever left was probably to go to training. I left to go to college and went to UAF and got my degree. And I've always wanted to move back home. I did once before, and then I moved away, and I've been wanting to go back. And I thank the Minto Village Council for hiring me as the tribal administrator. When I got home, my very first day, Lori sat me down and talked to me about my new job. She made me feel very welcome and let me get situated in my office, and just made me feel like I need to set it up like my home and make it comfortable. I've already been to council meetings where I've seen them on the job working, talking about things that are going on in our village and making sure that everyone is taken care of. And I know that she's going to do that again on the e-board and just work really hard for our people, not just in Minto, but in the TCC region. So I'm very proud of my cousin, Chief Lori Baker.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that from all of you. And I forgot to mention, when I first got elected to the e-board, it was a couple months, and there was a potluck going on in Minto, and it's the first time I seen Andy in months. And he goes, well, how's it going? And I slapped him on the shoulder and I said, damn you, because it was many months of traveling. And I just didn't know all of that went into at that time. They were just coming out of COVID, and there was lots of meetings, and it was like I was a week home, week gone, week home, week gone. So with that, thank you. That's it.
So a couple of nights ago, we had our native movie night, and that was my first time getting to see the tradition, I think it is in Minto, where when they honor someone, they throw them way up in the air. So, Lori, I hope your people throw you way up in the air. They said we could do it. Okay, so last but not least, we've got our Board of Directors Vice President, Sharon Hildebrand, that will honor now.
It's been a real honor to represent our tribes, and it's also humbling. We don't come from the richest people. I think back to when researchers would come into our land long time ago, they would say it's poor communities. But actually, we were very rich. They didn't know it. We were probably the richest people in the world. We had all the resources, everything that we needed in our communities. We were running on those dirty streets and dirty, silty water, but we were happy. That's what grounds me. And I thank each of you for your support in being here. I would not be here without each of you, especially my family. I know that I spent many days away from home. I'm thankful that I was able to watch my son's senior year of hockey this past weekend. Again, I want to thank the village of Nulato for their support, and also Tanana. Chief Julie Roberts provides me mentorship over the years, and I'm thankful. Also, Chief Andy Jimmy, him and Donald Charlie during the last election kept me laughing. But I want to thank each of you. Each of you hold a special place in my heart. Masi.
I want to thank Sharon for all of her work on the board. You know, many times I tell everybody I can't be everywhere at once, and there's so many meetings that go on. She fills in for me, for all of us, at many, many meetings. I think it was just last week she went down to Juneau to cover a trip down there. That's just one of many throughout the year. So I really want to thank her for all of her hard work and the willingness to jump in at any meeting at any time. So thank you, Masicho.
I'm truly honored to work with Sharon, and I'm so happy she got reelected. She don't jump into nothing. She thinks everything over really good and covers all angles. That's why I'm so happy that she got reelected. She's a really smart woman. She loves working for all of you. And I'm just proud and happy that she got reelected. This is just my honor. Thank you.
Welcome back, sister. Congratulations, Sharon. Thank you for your words of wisdom and understanding and guiding us with your leadership. And thank you to your family for the support that they give you. You're a very busy woman. So thank you and blessings to you and your family.
I think by not having any other besides her on the ballot shows her concern and commitment the TCC. First thing I do when I get complaints from Indian villages, I contact her and we get the response. And the other one she's really professional. And you learn lots from her, just being quiet. At times, it's a deep from her heart when they all speak. It's not just one or two of us. We have an e-board that's really loves their people and makes sure that we're all represented. But I also know that she enlightens us when we are discussing heavy issues. Her gift from the heart of her laughter, it enlightens the whole board. And the other one is that when we travel a lot together. We went down to DC. And one of the things is that, what you going to do? He said, I'm going to go down and visit my uncle. And they said, uncle? Uncle who? I said, Abraham Lincoln. Because they know I love history.
Yeah, congratulations, Sharon. I'm glad to see you back on the board. I'd like to recognize some people in here. Oh, first off, I had a 20-minute speech, but it's getting late, so I'll cut it to a few minutes. Okay. I want to recognize the new chairman of Fairbanks Native Association, Melissa Charlie. I think she's back there somewhere. Okay. She replaced Steve Guinness. Now, I've known Steve Guinness for many years, and last week I met him at the restaurant with his wife. Well, how's retirement, Steve? It's boring. That never happened to me. I retired about 20 years ago, and I was always busy. But now that I'm over 80, I am getting bored now. Nothing to do. Okay. I want to recognize the youth that came with Rita Painter, if they could stand. Are they here? Okay. Yeah, they were all at Dinakanaga last week for Dinakanaga meeting. And our traditional chief, welcomed them and reminded them that they're going to be our future leaders. I don't know if he was talking about these board members they're going to replace, but you ain't going to replace me. I'm too old for you. Okay. Okay, and I'm glad to be here. And it's getting late. I know we all want to go home pretty soon. So thank you for coming.
I'd like to say thank you to Sharon. She makes me feel like I'm welcome. You know, she takes my advice and stuff. So she's a good person to talk to.
Sharon, I just want more than anything to say thank you. I don't think you know how much you heal us. You heal our communities, you heal our people, you heal our youth. You've healed me so much in this last year, and I'm just eternally grateful, and I'm excited to see where you're going. I kind of view you as an auntie now, so you can auntie me if you want. So.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Sharon, for your continued leadership, and congratulations to your reelection. I look forward to your advocacy. You're always shooting us messages to get us keeping us in line and wondering where we're at. And so I appreciate that, though, just keeping us in the loop. I know I always joked around, how come we never drag Vern with you, but you'd be on the road all the time. And I can tell you, I could pick that laugh out of a crowd anywhere. So Congratulations, Sharon.
Congratulations, Sharon. A lot of us had the fortune to hear her acceptance speech earlier. And what she had said in that speech is it's a reflection of her. The way she eloquently put it all together and kept our attention through the whole thing after sitting here for 4 days, from 8 in the morning till recently like 7 at night. A little known fact about Sharon is she's kind of a magician. What I mean by that is sometimes I'm sitting at NCAI on the plane, waiting on the plane, or anywhere, and all of a sudden I could smell like an aroma come up. I don't know how she does it, but she can make a cup of tea just about anywhere. And I just want to say I'm looking forward to serving the next 3 years with her again. Thank you, Sharon.
Well, congratulations, Sharon. When Sharon first got up here and started, before she made her speech, she acknowledged her family, and that just really shows what kind of a lady she is, acknowledging her husband, who does most of the work, and her boys. And I'm just kidding. But that just shows what kind of a person she really is. She's she's family orientated. She before we're leaders, we're family. We take care of our families first. So that just shows what kind of a person she is. Sharon is a really good number two with Brian. Her and Brian work really good together, and it really helps us because when your leadership starts way up on top, it just makes it easier for all of us to because we got to sit in them chambers and make lots of really hard decisions, and really makes a big difference with her. She's, like everybody says, she really thinks about stuff she says, and so it really helps our board. She's a man, to have her back on here is just is really we're really lucky to have her. So Sharon, thank you, and we're another 3 years, so.
Okay, so friends, family, tribes, tribal members. I do have to tell one funny story. I hope it's okay to share this one. We had the sub-regional meeting last fall, and I think we were in Manly. And I didn't understand how I got the last room in the place, and darn it if it wasn't right above the live band all night. I went to bed at about 9, and that band was playing, I think, till midnight. But darn it, if through the floor and all the way across the building, I couldn't hear Sharon and Lori laughing away.
Good afternoon. My name is Gloria Patsy, and I'm the first chief of Nulato. I want to invite our tribal members up here, any people from downriver that know Sharon, have talked with her, and support her. My friend, what you see in Sharon is what you get. She's true to herself. She's true to her family. She's true to her village. And she's just true to who she is. The way she speaks, what she says, there's no pretense there. She speaks the truth. She speaks, she doesn't have any errors whatsoever, and she's got quite the sense of humor, if you know her. I've known Sharon since she was 16 years old, and we went to school in Nulato together. And we've been really good friends over the years. I know the struggles that she's been through to get here. Boy, am I so proud of her. That somebody I know, somebody that when I went to school with, someone that I did math homework with, that she could work really hard, balance school, balance her family priorities, and work really hard, get herself educated, and represent us on the TCC, in TCC. So I just wanted to say to my friend how proud I am of her. And on behalf of the Nulato tribe, We got her a Chiefs necklace because she has so much to be proud of. And I want her to wear it with pride and know that we got it for her because we stand behind her and we're so damn proud of her. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. What more can we say about our young people? I think we're going in the right direction and teaching our young people how to serve the people in the villages. And for me, being on the FNA board, these young people have shown and asked for advice. And I'm so proud of all of them, but especially Sharon. You made it, babe. So thank you. Thank you, and continue the work you're doing. And we love all of you young people. Step up to the plate. And one thing I did at Effie Cochrane, I told the young people, I want you to write down what a traditional chief is or is supposed to do. And I tell you, I'm still reading those little notes. And those kids out there will really, I advise that you ask your seniors to do the same. And they will all pick a person like my girl here. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Join Gwinsey. Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Black. I'm the president of FNA. And on behalf of our board, we just want to say congratulations to Madam Vice President Sharon Hildebrand. We're so proud of Sharon. So much has been said about her already and the way we feel about her. We're so blessed to have her on our board. She brings that calmness and guidance. Like people have said, she's not afraid to say, difficult things, and she leads in a good way with love. And she does have a really good sense of humor. A few years back, we had her and Charlene Stern on our board and Tanya Garnett, and you could hear them laughing a mile away. But it made it super fun, and I'm just so grateful she's in this position because we really need her leadership and the way she carries herself and all that she's doing. And so on just behalf of our board, we're so proud of you and we're very grateful for your leadership. And we have a present for you. Let's go ahead and open it. It is made by Carol Lefevre, and we picked it out just for you. It's a beautiful beaded purse, so she can take that to DC and everywhere she goes and remember. We love you so much, Sharon. And our drummers would like to sing a song for you and all that were elected. Yeah, but before we do that, a couple board members want to share a few words.
Well, Sharon, before I congratulate you and all that, Anna Frank is our elder advisor to the board. And so after every meeting, there's board comments. And she's always the last to speak. And she give us advice and kind of chime into what was discussed in the meeting. And one of the things at one meeting, she said, one of our Athabascan values is a sense of humor. So she said, don't go around looking serious all the time because your face might crack.
Anyway, Sharon, I'm very proud of you. And, you know, when I was executive director of FNA, you were on the board. And believe it or not, she speak Cochin. I don't know where she learned that from. Well, wherever you learned it. Anyway, every time she see me, she told me, how are you doing? That means, how are you doing, you know? Hug me, you know. And anyway, I found her to be somebody that really pay attention to detail. And she was respectful when she's asking me questions. And, you know, I think I also kind of helped her along too. Because I don't know if this is correct or not, but I think that was probably the first board she served on. I don't know. But, you know, I kind of coached her along, you know, along the way. And so I'm really proud of her. And you know something? In the many years I've been going to the convention, I have never ever seen somebody not unopposed. This is the first time I ever seen that. And I was telling her the other day, that shows that the people respect you. The people support you. And I really believe that. But again, you know, that's kind of unusual. I have never ever seen that before. Every time we have elections, somebody is running against somebody. But in this election, unopposed. Yeah, I think that sends a message. So I'm really proud of you. And I know you'll do the best you can to represent all of our people. And our chief, Nancy, she called me up and she said, we got to support you. And then she go on to tell me, anytime I want to know what's going on in Canada Chiefs Conference, all I have to do is call Sharon. She got the information I need. Yeah, so our chief here, she relies on you. Yeah, I just wanted to share that too. So thank you so much, and God bless you, Sharon, as you go forward. That's it.
Hi, I'm Brenda Krupa. I'm with the FNA Board of Directors, and I just want to say real quick that we appreciate Sharon so much on the board. She brings a lot of wisdom, and a really good thing about Sharon is that she always uplifts people. She always is grateful for everyone. She makes staff, she makes other board members, she makes visitors feel welcomed, and she always tells people what they're doing good, and she always brings a lot of positiveness. But yes, she can always ask the real tough and the right questions during the meetings and stuff. So I wish you well for the next 3 years and beyond that, but we're really happy to have you back on the e-board for TCC.
So very quickly, from one Sharon to another Sharon, congratulations. Some of you may not know it, but years ago when I was anchoring the coverage of the AFN convention on television, Sharon came on board as a reporter. And at that time, that's when I really noticed her advocacy for our Native people. And I admired that in her, and I knew that she was going to go on to do really good things for our people. And now we have the opportunity to serve on the FNA board together. And in her capacity as vice president of TCC, she's done an outstanding job. She was out in DC when we were there too, and just observing her and how she's so gracious, forceful, and just a really true advocate. So congratulations, Sharon.
Hi, my name is Travis Cole. I'm on the board of FNA, and many might not know is that Sharon's really like my big sister, because when we were children, my mother and her father were together for a while there, and we lived together down in California. And so growing up, I've always seen her doing a lot of good things, and her father Jay was really good to me his whole life. He always treated me like a son still, and just right before his passing, we seen each other's in the lobby of TCC, and we were talking for like almost an hour. But I just started really bragging to him about how good she does in the boardroom and how strong she speaks, and she pays a close attention to everything. And he was smiling so big. He was just so proud. And I know that he'd be proud of you right now, and getting to work with your late son too. I know that they're very proud of you, just as I am. So, Basi, for everything you do for our people, I see you treat us all the same, just like we're all family to you, Basi. And me and Norman would like to sing Bikanaja for you real quick.
Hello, I'm the unforeseen husband. No, I just want to say congratulations, honey. I'm really proud of you. This is something you've really dedicated yourself to, and I'm really glad to see you get elected. And I know it's a commitment for you and all the chiefs and the delegates to be here. So, it takes a lot of support, and we're always here for you. I finally had the last say.
let me see.
It's left, sir.
We got to do oath of office and then you.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
While everybody is walking off, I just want to thank everyone for supporting us in our roles, especially my honey. Thank you to everyone. It means a lot to each and every one of us. Masi.
At this time, I'd like to call up Bossy Robin Brown. TCC General Counsel will administer the oath of office for our 3 newly elected e-board members.
Thank you. It's my honor to administer the oath of office for our newly elected e-board members. If I could have Chief Lori Baker, Chief Nancy James. Just one at a time is fine, but you can both be up here. So. No, we'll just do it one at a time.
She got jewelry. She got to do it.
We'll do it one at a time. Okay. So we'll administer the oath one at a time, and then we'll have Rihanna Moses will be notarizing each of the documents. So, would you want to go first, Sharon? All right. Vice President Sharon Hildebrand, if you could please raise your right hand. Sharon Hildebrand, do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully discharge your duties as the Vice President of Canada Chiefs Conference to the best of your abilities? I do. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, so here you go. Sign it over here, and then she'll notarize it here. Nancy? Chief Nancy James, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully discharge your duties as an Executive Director for Yukon Flats Subregion of Canada Chiefs Conference to the best of your abilities? Yes. Congratulations. Thank you. And Chief Lori Baker. Chief Lori Baker, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully discharge your duties as an Executive Director for Yukon Canada Subregion of Canada Chiefs Conference to the best of your abilities? Yes. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to recognize the outgoing emerging leaders. These individuals have given their time, energy, and hearts to our community, working tirelessly to represent our people, protect our traditions, and advocate for our future. If Chair Mackenzie Englishu can please join us on stage to present gifts to the outgoing emerging leaders.
Hello, everybody. Before we get started, our Vice Chair, Natalie Newman, wanted to share something.
So, as you guys might know, emerging leaders submitted 7 out of 31 of the resolutions, and they all got passed without question. And we'd all like to thank everyone, all the delegates, for doing that.
I would like to ask Esther O'Brien, Robert Lord, and Robert Pilot to come up on stage, please. So it's an absolute honor today to stand before you and celebrate the dedication, the passion, and the hard work of these 3 extraordinary individuals who have profoundly impacted our communities, and especially the Emerging Leaders Youth Advisory Council. Today, we acknowledge and uplift the contributions of Robert Lord, Robert Pilot, and Esther O'Brien, Three remarkable leaders whose commitment to the Emerging Leaders Youth Advisory Council has shaped the future of our youth in our region. For years now, Robert Lord, Robert Pilot, and Esther O'Brien have given their time, their energy, their hearts to ensure the voices of our young people are included. They have shown us what it truly means to lead with purpose, with compassion, and an unwavering dedication. Their work has not only enriched the lives of countless youth, but has also laid the foundation for a brighter, more inclusive future for our communities. Robert Lord, a deep understanding of our history and culture, combined with his innovative thinking, has inspired many, including myself, to believe in the power of being a good role model who stays rooted in our traditions. He has supported me countless times when I needed it, when I didn't know I needed it. His work ensures that we never lose sight of who we are, even as we grow and evolve. So on behalf of the emerging leaders, we have a gift. We would like to give him a Chief's necklace.
Oh, yeah, I see. Thank you very much. I can't thank your gratitude enough, and I thank you so much for letting me know that how proud I make you all, and especially my mom. It's thanks to my mom that I've been able to live my life through sobriety, and I plan on continuing to do that. I plan on continuing to live a sober lifestyle, and it's thanks to your gratitude. And thank you for all the invitations. I plan on trying to follow up on each and every one of them the best I can. I got invitations from Venatai, Rampart, Holy Cross, and all over. So I'm so excited. In my next steps, I plan on doing my best to learn our traditional practices. And that is the type of lifestyle I want to live, so I can live for what we are trying to protect. That is the type of lifestyle I want to live. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, Robert. So we're going to go on to Robert Pilot. With his tireless dedication and his thoughtful guidance, he has been a beacon of support for young leaders navigating their own paths. He has shown us the importance of mentorship, resilience, and strength that comes from our communities that truly care for one another. His dedication to the Emerging Leader Council has created space for many to thrive, grow, and discover their leadership potential. So we do have some gifts for you, Robert Pilot.
I would like to thank my subregion for all the support they've been giving me, and I'd like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me too. I'd like to thank the e-board too for supporting us.
And Esther O'Brien with her boundless passion for empowering youth. It's been a constant force of encouragement and wisdom. Her approach to leadership is one of inclusivity. Every voice matters. Esther has shown us that leadership is not about a position or a title. It is about service, integrity, and making a difference.
I would like to thank all the leaders in this room, our elders, my subregion, the Yukon Flats, and my chief, Rhonda Pitka. And I would really like to thank my peers, the emerging leaders and youth delegates. Thank you all for giving me the wisdom and strength to move forward and the confidence to keep going. Masicho.
Let's see. Together, Robert Lord, Robert Pilot, and Esther O'Brien embody the true spirit of leadership. It's given us the opportunity to witness the power of unity and collective efforts in shaping a future for our youth. Their selflessness, their commitment, the love they have in creating a lasting legacy that will inspire generations to come. So to Robert Lord, Robert Pilot, and Esther O'Brien, Masicho, thank you for your tireless work, your deep commitment to your youth, and your inspiring leadership. You have made a difference in more lives than you will ever know, and for that we are eternally grateful. That being said, as we celebrate these three individuals today, let us also commit ourselves to continuing their work, ensuring that the voices of the emerging leaders remain strong, empowered, and heard. Thank you, guys.
At this time, friends, family, tribes, if you have gifts, you're more than welcome to come up on stage.
Hi, my name is Natalie Newman. I'm the vice chair for the Emerging Leaders, and I've had the privilege of going on at least one trip with each of these individuals. For one, it was in Galena for Denakanaga this summer with Robert Lord and Robert Pilot and Esther O'Brien, and we had an amazing time. Chief Green let us use his four-wheelers, and we just ran wild out on the roads. Meetings were over. He was like, just make sure you check the gas, and sure enough, we forgot to check the gas on one of them, but we got it figured out. Each of them are very charismatic, they're very dedicated, and they're very ready to face the world. They each have their own missions, their own visions, and we really hope they accomplish each of those.
Hi, good afternoon again. Percy Lawrence from Kaikuk. Currently their first chief. I just want to say thank you to the whole delegation and everybody here that's choose to stay. I want to thank all the people up here on stage. We had the e-board. We have our new secretary treasurer, vice president, and e-board members, newly elected. And anyway, I'm going to present a gift to Robert Storm Pilot. He completed his emergency leader, his training. So this young man, alongside his friend, those guys never experienced any alcohol or cigarettes, any kind of drugs. That really touched my heart when they have to come up here and talk to the whole interior part of Alaska, and to come up here and share their stories with you. It really send a clear message out to each and every one of us that it could be done. There's no looking back. Just go forward. I got that message clear when I heard those two young men talk. So, with that, Robert Storm, he signed up to be, during our election, he signed up as a council member, and he got elected. And we had a meeting, and right off, he was nominated on the floor. We put the nomination on for him. Right off, he was nominated to be our first chief. And the minute that word came out, very quickly, he said, "I decline." I thought, wow. I was hoping he would accept, but he have other plans. But he's with this emergency leaders, I think they really helped them to learn the procedures of what a meeting is like. So he's gaining experience, and I wish him luck. And who knows, where God will take us. So anyway, I have my other council members here, and they can present the gift. I'm more or less the carrier, messenger, whatever you want to call me. But thank you guys anyway for supporting your youth.
So as the second chief of our tribe, I'd like to present Robert Storm with his slippers. Now you can wear slippers. So on behalf of our tribe, I'd like to also thank the emergent leaders and all their mentors. You guys have done a wonderful job, and Robert is stepping up to the plate, and one of these days we'll come back and he's going to be our chief. Congratulations, Robert. Keep going.
And for the record, Auntie Anna Frank made the slippers for Robert, and Mona Nallner made the slippers for Boots.
I'm not a public speaker, but Robert grew up in my house with my daughter. So proud of this young man. I have a funny story. When they're little kids, about 5, they were in their Peter Pan era. And one day, his mom, Sherry, called me and she said, "Can you tell your daughter to quit writing on my kids' stomachs?" On Peter Pan, they were drawing the map. So, yeah. I love you. Thank you, guys.
I'd like to thank Esther O'Brien for her service. She's emerged now. It's like a little butterfly. I'd like to gift her these earrings. She's usually always got the best beadwork in the room, though. Esther's grandma is my Auntie Florida O'Brien, and when we were growing up in Beaver, she used to always say, I almost stole you that one time, Rhonda, because your mom went to work and didn't come back for a few days. Me and Paul Henry would take care of you. So I really appreciate the people that Esther comes from. Her mom and dad helped raise a really, really wonderful young lady, and her leadership over the last few years has really grown. And I've always been so grateful to have this program at Tenant Chiefs Conference, and I hope that we can always support it. And not just because we always send a whole bunch of Beaver kids up here. I really am truly grateful for everybody here and all of the youth leadership. As you've seen in the last couple of days, resolutions don't get passed with no discussion ever. We talked for 2 whole days about those, and the language was so strong coming from those emerging leaders, and it was so good and so well written that I truly appreciate that all. And thank you, Esther, for all your work you've done.
Hi, I'm Shauna Hildebrand. I'm the behind the scenes person along with Shannon Earhart that works with the emerging leaders. And I have to say, this is kind of a bittersweet moment for me. I've had the honor of being there at the beginning of the group, starting with what they call the originals, to welcoming these 3 young individuals into the emerging leaders a few years ago. And it has been an absolute honor to watch you guys grow and prosper. I am going to miss the Roberts, as we call them, their humor and their sarcastic remarks and me never knowing if they're being serious. And I will always miss Esther's candor and her calm way of commenting on things. So I cannot put into words how proud I am of you 3.
On behalf of the e-board, we just want to say how proud we are of all of you. You know, I know we've already had one of the first emerging leaders as chief, and that's the kind of thing that we hope to prepare you for, and where we want to see you replacing all of us up here. As we get too old, we want you to take over from us. So Masicho for all you do, and we really look forward to seeing where you go from here. So thank you so much.
Excuse me, Brian. Our second traditional chief would like to say something for the emerging leaders. And I'm really proud of the emerging leaders too. Good to work with you guys. Gonna miss you.
Thank you. I went to one of the first emerging leaders. I guess they didn't take it too serious. They didn't last too long, but now you're moving forward. You have a better chance than we had. Just growing up in late 40s, early 50s, alcohol was all over. It was just natural for us to go right into it, seemed like. Now, make me very proud to hear you young people speak against alcohol and drugs. It took a long time for people to realize that, even myself, that it wasn't the right way to go. We need young leaders. Like I said earlier, but Roy, you've been in leadership for a long time. You always looking at young people, working with young people to take our place and do a better job at it. I want to say this. If you choose to do the right thing, you will make a difference in the next generation. They'll be following in your footsteps. You'll be a role model to your kids, grandkids, nephews, nieces. Keep that in mind. Always talk to them. You talk to your family, like if you get an education, you get a good job, tell them about how you got the good job. I've been on the health board for years. I'm talking to my family. I have 8 family members working in the health department for 10 the chief conference. My kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, 8 of them. So it does help to pass your knowledge on to the young people. Some of them you don't think will listen, but it'll come back to them. All we have to do is keep talking. That's all I can do now anyway. So I congratulate all of you and wish you the best of everything from here on. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I would like to, on behalf of Robert Lord's mom, Wanda Moses, I'd like to present him with this beautiful necklace. And I just wanted to say that Robert, I've known him all his life, and he's always been a really giving person. Even just recently when he was in Houston, like last month maybe, he goes from house to house and he asks people if they need anything, you need any kind of help. He's just so willing to offer what he can. And that's a real testament to who his mom is. I've known her too, probably all of our lives. And she's that way too. I know when I first started working in the behavioral health program, she was a really big teacher for me to help me to do things in a really good way. So Wanda Moses, this is from you to your son, Robert.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Bent. I'm from Huslia. I just wanted to come up and share. I had the honor of growing up with Robert, and he really does embody everything that he says. Ever since we're little kids, I think he's probably one of my only friends that led that sober lifestyle. And within that, he's always been very helpful with us that have struggled with that as well. And he really stays true to himself, and he takes care of everyone around him. A few months ago, I unexpectedly, in the process of getting custody of my younger siblings, and I moved back to Alaska from Colorado, and he's been one of those people that has been there helping me. And I've been traveling a lot for work and meetings, and he makes sure that my siblings are okay. He's given them rides to school, bring them native food, and always make sure that I have some kind of native food in my freezer. And it's always been like that ever since we're little kids. He's always taken care of us as his friends, as his cousins. He really just loves everyone around him. He doesn't judge us for what we go through, for the struggles that we have. And I'm just really inspired by him and his sober lifestyle, and I'm really, really proud of him. We've come a long way from little kids running around in the village, and it's just an honor to be able to see him up on the stage and getting the recognition he deserves, because he is an amazing person. And I really enjoy my conversations with him and our big dreams of going and living off the land. We both just want to return and live a traditional lifestyle, and I think we're doing a good job being able to achieve that here soon. So thank you, Robert, for not only being a good friend and cousin, but for inspiring us all and taking care of all those around you.
So everybody keeps asking me, what's next? Because I know how many people know I've worked for IT in the past as well, also while being an emerging leader. And I worked for Tanana Chiefs as IT, and then I worked in behavioral health. But recently I quit my job, and to prioritize spending time with my mother. She's battling cancer, so I just really want to reassure not only my mother, but all of you about the steps that are next. I plan to live a healthy lifestyle, and I plan to be a role model. I aspire to sit here with you as a delegate, one day. That's one of my ambitions. I don't know how much I exactly want to be involved with politics, because, I like running around so much, but I really do want to be able to move around my country how I want and persevere against the elements. And that's the kind of lifestyle I want to live. So Anna Bassett.
At this time, I think there's a few e-board members that would like to say a few words.
Yeah, it's truly an honor to watch our young leadership develop. Just a wonderful program that's put forward, and wonderful individuals that are stepping up to the plate for us. I just watched for the last few years as a delegate as well. I watched these individuals and happily sit here at the tables with them off and on throughout this year, my first year of the executive board. But I can't say how much I am proud of these individuals. They're coming out of this program just basically, in my eyes, chiefs and leaders. I look forward to working with each and every one of you as whatever you guys decide in your future. I want you to know that we'll always be here, and you guys can always reach out to us again. So thank you for all of your efforts, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Hi, this will be really quick. I'm Fatima Lord, Robert's cousin, and on behalf of our family from Nenana, I would like to present him a gift. It's a lynx claw, so it represents Nenana.
Well, yesterday I really wanted to address the youth yesterday, but I didn't have a chance. But it was really nice to see that we had so many leaders that did have the chance to thank them for what they're doing and stuff. We went over half an hour. The movie had to start late and all. But one thing I wanted to say is that you guys all mentioned that you come here to listen and learn. But in the past few years, I noticed that all of us up in the front, we got to learn and listen to you guys as well. So I see when one of you guys start to fall, you're there to pick each other up. You're building networks across our regions and building friendships that's going to last a long time. And that's going to be effective. One day when you guys are sitting out here at the front, in a time of uncertainty, one thing is for certain. The United States government and Alaska government is going to have their hands full when you guys are up here sitting in these seats. And I want to thank you for giving us that. The Emerging Leader Program is working, and you guys are proof of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations to you guys on finishing up your program. You know what? When I started on the e-board, I really wanted to work hard on getting our youth more involved. You know, I just know how important it is to get young people, get them started younger. And, you know, this is what you end up with, really good young people. I thought that, you know, how their presentation the other day was the best one of the whole, you know, it was, to me, was the most exciting one of the whole convention. I really enjoyed listening to these young people just pour their heart out and you know, let us know, you know, what some of their problems so we can help but it's just, it was just a really cool thing to sit here and be part of it. And thank you guys, and you know, I mean, good luck in your journeys, your next, you know, I say for, you know, Robert, like he says he wants to, you know, do something, you know, enjoy the land. I say we sponsor him in them movie shows Alive, or, you know, let him be out there and build them houses, and, you know, let's sponsor him, man. It'd be, you know, win $500,000 and, you know, heck, that'd be cool. So, you know, but anyway, thank you guys, and good luck on your next journey.
I'm excited about all these young people going through this program. It's very good to see. It gives them a better chance going forward, and it makes great leaders for us. This program is working. You can see the results here. There's nothing better than results that you could see and hear. So I just wanted to say congratulations on everybody that's working on this program. It's really working, and it's working on our future. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Working with our young leaders has been a great privilege. They say they're learning from us, but in fact, we're learning more from them every day. And we appreciate and love each and every one of you. Over the past few years, I've had the opportunity to be invited to their meetings, and I really appreciate you guys for including me in your meetings. I sit back and I listen, and you guys are way ahead of us. And I just want to applaud you for your leadership and where you're going. It's exciting. We're in good hands. Masi.
I guess you could see the times. I remember when the immersion leaders was getting started. But I also want to recognize someone that helped was really last year that came in part. But most of all, I think yesterday, the last 2 days, I think they led the convention. There's something going on here among us. When you have young people taking the lead, having the care of brokenness, of hurt, there is a broken chain with that new chain starting among us as Canada Chiefs. It takes elders organization, our elders too. We can't forget their advice. And then with it is the leadership in the middle, and also our young people behind us, with us, not behind us. Yesterday, something, a brokenness and tears, with tears that heals, because they represent families, broken spirit in the region. But I believe that greater things are coming when we see our young people behind us and our elders in front of us. And with that, there's a healing, and you're being blessed. We are. So we need to continue that, and also to remember our young people, wherever step or path that they may be taken, that they are not alone. And they've been taught and to take that. We're fortunate. We're also fortunate to have more youth attendance this year than we ever did. So I really firmly believe that there is healing within our communities. And I'd just like to say thank you to our youth for taking that lead. Masi.
Well, a lot has been said already, but I want to say thank you and appreciate you for stepping forward, coming into the emerging leaders. Now you're going to make another step forward. So thank you for your leadership, and many blessings to you ahead of what you choose to do. And remember, you're never alone. So thank you.
I would like to call up the dance group to sing a song for our young people, please.
So we're going to start off by singing a song that come from Northway, Alaska, I Got Gun.
Okay. Whew. That wraps up our day and our convention. Thank you all for attending this year's annual convention. We invite you to join us at the Tribal Hall for our annual potlatch at 5:30 sharp. So we have an hour, and the moose soup's going to be ready. So we're going to start right at 5:30. We'll continue. Let's see. We look forward to seeing you there. Shuttles will be available in the front of the building. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Karma. Second by Holy Cross.
Third. Yeah.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. We're adjourned. Thank you. No. Oh, okay. Picture. Where did you? Hello. Okay. Real quick, we forgot to draw for the survey winners. So we've got the Wheel of Fun. And then communications, they want to take a group picture, the e-board. Okay, this one is 648-2424. Anyone? No? No winner? Okay. Next ticket? Okay. 648-2455. Next one? Okay, 2455 was that one. Moving on to the next ticket. 648-2462. I saw people pointing. No? No winners? Okay, next one. Gee, slim pickings. 648-2429. Oh, right here. Yay, winner. $200. Do we have more? How many? We got 3 more. So, process of elimination, your odds are getting better. 648-2461. 2461. Oh, over here, way down on this side. Okay. This is the next one? Okay. 648-2421. 2421. Nothing? Okay, next one. 648-2445. Oh, right here. Okay, last one. Okay, last card, 648-2498. 2498. Going once, going twice. On to the next ticket. 648-2472. Hey! Okay. Okay. All right. And then do we have somebody from... Oh, I think she took off that way. Do we have somebody from communications to take the picture? Oh, he's ready already. Okay. Okay, now you're really adjourned.